Hi, Tanna Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. And today I want to talk to you about why I deactivated my personal Facebook account 3 years ago. It's now reactivated. But I'm sure many of you can relate to this, where you join Facebook and all the people from your contact list show up and you're like, friend. Everybody's like, accept. And it's really fun and exciting. And then you're connecting with people you haven't seen since elementary school and, all that kind of thing. So it's really fun, and it felt like a full-time job. The first couple of days I joined Facebook, and I just learned about it and joined it right after I got laid off 10 years ago. And I was just kind of getting out into the world and trying to start my business and going to networking meetings and events. So everybody that I met, there were friend requests flying all over the place. And I got to a point that 3 years ago when I looked at my list. I had over 500 friends. And I thought, I don't even know who some of these people are. So I was trying to go through the whole list. Like, do I know you? Where do I know you from? See if we had any mutual friends, try to remember how we got connected. And I realized that I want to keep my personal page personal. So I tried to kind of whittle it down, and I don't like to unfriend, unfriending is such a taboo thing. Oh, you're unfriended. And you can unfollow people, which is great, because if you have friends that are very opinionated or maybe negative and you don't want to read all their stuff all the time, and maybe they're just always posting and complaining, you can unfollow people, which is nice because they won't know you're still friends. But I didn't know all of these things back then. So I was just going through the list and unfriending people that I genuinely couldn't even remember who they were or how I met them. So I thought it's not going to make any difference to them. But I just got so overwhelmed. That was a lot of people to go through. And I was trying to focus on my business page, which is Tanna Marshall, which I'm going to share on my personal page. I haven't been, because I haven't had it activated, but I just wanted to focus on my business page because I was doing these videos. I'd been doing them for 2 years at that point, and I was trying to send people over there because I wanted to at least grow an audience while I was busy taking care of my mom, and I couldn't really grow my business the way I wanted to, but I was at least doing these messages, and I thought, this is how I will help people. So I was trying to direct people over there. And if you are on my personal page, which I'm only limiting it to close friends and family now, but if you're on there and you're a friend of mine, you can see the last posts were from 2015 where I'm like, okay, this page is going away, go over to my business page. And a lot of people didn't see that. And a lot of people were like, where'd you go? And as some of you probably know, if you have a business page, you have to have a personal page as admin. So that was a headache. So I had to create this very anonymous new page with no friends. I was trying to be invisible just so I could be admin for my business page. So I've been doing that for several years. And then earlier this year, I joined a program for my business, and they had a Facebook group, which I've joined a lot of groups over the years that had a Facebook group, and I just didn't participate. And I thought, I really want to participate in this as me. So I reactivated my page very quietly, but then people could see me, and I started getting messages and connections. And one of the great things is that my high school, I went to a very small Catholic girls' school, and regardless of what group or clique we were in, we are all very connected, and we all feel like we're part of the same family, and it's like the groups kind of disappeared. We're just all part of this one class. So there was a lot going on because they created a new page. They're planning a reunion for next year, which I'm really excited about. So I started reconnecting with more people from high school and getting friend requests, and those I'm accepting because I actually put a banner up on my page right before I deactivated it a while ago that said, I only connect with close friends and family here. Please go over to my business page. So that's still there because I'm trying to keep that intact and keep it under control, because I did clean up the friend list a little bit more, and it's now down to like 200 and something people. So I'm just trying to keep it very simple. I'm only connecting with people that I know really well. And I realized recently that the majority of people in my life are from my high school and Capitol Records. I have a few people that I've met over the last 10 years that have become really close friends, but that's where the majority of my people come from, and that's who I'm connected with primarily through my personal page. And that's cool because those are the people that I consider to be very close to me. So it was just a weird journey. So I just wanted to share this in case you're getting overwhelmed by your page. so you can manage it and not have to deactivate it. I don't know how many people get to that point, but I was just overwhelmed, and it was just too much, like everybody's stuff. Because also with the work that I do as a coach, I try to stay very conscious of how I feel and keep my vibes high and make sure that I'm only focusing on positive stuff and good stuff most of the time, as much as I can, because I have to be in a good place to be able to work with my client, because I can work with more clients now, fortunately. So I've got to be in a good place to coach them to the best of my ability. And also when I make these messages, I want to be in the best place possible, because if I come to you every week and I'm all down and depressing, who's going to want to watch that? So I just don't need to see everybody's stuff. And there's a lot of stuff going on Facebook. So I'm not always on there, but I do like to connect with people from my past that I feel close to. And one thing I haven't done, because the page hasn't been activated, I haven't been sharing these messages from my business page to my personal page, but I'm going to start doing that every week. So if you're interested, they're going to be here every Friday. And I've been doing these messages for 5 years now. So I've got a lot of good stuff on my YouTube channel covering all kinds of topics all over the place, from law of attraction, holistic living, and everything in between, like with stress and relationships and family and work, everything that I can think of that I have had experience with, I have information about that I think will help you. I'm sharing it with you in these messages on my YouTube channel. So they're here on Facebook, they're on Instagram, and I just want to thank you for watching this week. And if you're a friend of mine, thank you for hanging in while I disappeared for a few years just on Facebook. So that's all this week. I just wanted to share that with you and say that I'm so happy to be reconnecting with so many of my friends from high school and from Capital that maybe haven't talked to in a long time. So if that's you, hi, thank you. So that's it. I just want to wish you a great weekend. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week.